Hello students, let us continue squares and square roots. Few properties which are to be discussed. The squares of an even number is always an even number and square of an odd number is always an odd number. Let us take an example. 283 is an odd number. So the square of 283 will also be an odd number. 122 is an even number. Therefore, the square of 122 will also be an even number. Next property, the square of a natural number whichever is ending up with 5, it follows a definite pattern. And that's really easy. Like we need to find, let's say we need to find the square of 25. Square of 25, I just need to see that all the numbers which are ending up with 5, the square of 5 is 25. So I will be writing 25 first. And the next digit at the 10th place is 2. Successor of 2 is 3. 2 multiplied by 3 will be 6. So I just need to write 6 here. That means 25 square can be written as 625. Let's take an example of 35 square. Again, number is ending up with 5. It will be ending up with 25 again. Successor of 3 is 4. So 3 4s are 12. I will be writing 12 in front of 25. So 1225 will be the square of 35. Next is 95 square. Number is ending up with 5. It will be ending up with 25 again. Successor of 9 is 10. 9 tens are 90. So 9025 is the square of 95. Similarly, we can find the square of any number which is ending up with 5. Next one, the sum of first n odd natural numbers is n square. And how we'll explain that? Okay, we are talking about here odd numbers only, so we need to be careful. First odd number is 1. And 1 is actually square. If I'll write 1 square, it will be equal to 1. That means it is the square of first odd number. Let us take first two odd numbers, 1 and 3. Sum of 1 and 3 is 4. And 4 can always be written as 2 square. So this is 1 square and then 2 square. Next one, sum of first 3 odd numbers. The first 3 odd numbers are 1, 3 and 5. And sum is coming out to be 9. 9 is nothing but the square of 3. So based on these properties, I've given you a few questions. So you please try those questions as well. Next one. Next concept is Pythagorean triplet. So we'll start with the variables here. If A, B and C are 3 numbers such that C is greater than A, C is greater than B, such that A square plus B square is equals to C square, then I will say A, B, C is called the Pythagorean triplet. Few Pythagorean triplets which we have, like 3, 4 and 5 is one Pythagorean triplet. Triplet means we are taking 3 digits at a time. 6, 8 and 10, 5, 12 and 13. Okay, let's verify. From example 3, 4 and 5. According to the condition we have discussed, the number has to be greater from both the numbers. So 5 is greater than 3 and 4 itself. I'll take 5 on the left hand side and find the square using this property. A square is plus B square is equals to C square. I'll try to verify this property here. 3 square plus 4 square. 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. When we add, it becomes 25. Left hand side is equals to right hand side. I can say 3, 4, 5 is a Pythagorean triplet here. Okay, now there will be few questions based on this. For any number m greater than 1, we have 2m, m square minus 1 and m square plus 1. We'll take these conditions, these formulas to find the Pythagorean triplet. And the questions will be like, you will be given one of the side or any of the Pythagorean triplet and you need to find the remaining 2. Likewise, we have a question in exercise 3.2, question number 2. Write a Pythagorean triplet whose one number is 16. Now we know, as per the formulas we've been given here, 2m, m square minus 1 and m square plus 1 will form a Pythagorean triplet. One side is given. I will take it equal to 2m. From here I will find the value of m. 16 divided by 2, it will come out to be 8. So one side I've got, that is 8. Rather, value of m we've got. One side is already given, which is equals to 16. Now to find the remaining two sides, we'll use the formula m square minus 1. M is 8, 8 square minus 1, 64 minus 1, 63. Next one, m square plus 1. That is 8 square plus 1, which is equals to 64 plus 1, 65. So in exercise 3.2, we will be having questions related to this only. Likewise, write a Pythagorean triplet whose smallest number is 8. One member of the Pythagorean triplet is 18. Find the other two. Or is 10, 24 and 26 a Pythagorean triplet? Now in question number 4, we just need to verify. And we're going to check the Pythagorean triplet. So this was all about the Pythagorean triplet. Let us start with the next topic, square roots. We have done squares till now. Now the square root, let's discuss in detail. The square root of any number x is that number which when multiplied by itself, it gives x as the product. Now we denote the square root of a number x by square root of x. Square root of 25, it can be written as square root of 25. The symbol is called as surd. So this symbol is to be kept there. 25, square root of 25 is 5. Square root of 9, it is written this way, it will be 3. Square root of 49, it will be written square root of 49. Square root of 69 will be written square root of 64. Now the square root of 25 means 5 into 5, that is 5 square, which is 25. So that's why when the number is multiplied by itself, 5 is multiplied by itself, I'll get 25, and when we'll take the square root, it will become 5. We have to keep it in mind that though minus 5 into minus 5 also gives 25, but we will only consider positive numbers. Now few properties based on this. First property, the square root of an even number is always an even number and square root of an odd number is always an odd number. 25 is an odd number, so the square root of 25 will be 5, which is odd number. 64 is an even number, square root of 64 will be 8, which is an even number. Now next property, if any number ending up with 2, 3, 7 or 8, that number will never be a perfect square. So we have to keep it in mind. For example, the number is 32, let's say 83, 68, 57. All these numbers, they're ending up with like 2, 3, 8 and 7. They are never perfect squares. And if we have a perfect square, we have to keep it in mind the unit digit of that number will end up with even number of zeros, 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9. Negative numbers has no square root in the system of natural numbers. Since we're talking about natural numbers, so negative numbers won't exist. Square root of minus 25, we won't consider that. Now in order to find the square roots, we do have two methods. One is prime factorization method and second one is long division method. We will start with the prime factorization, which you've already done in your junior classes. That the prime factorization you are quite aware of. Let's start with the prime factorization of 676. This is an even number. I'll start dividing this number by 2. So it will be 3, 3 and 8. Again this number will be divisible by 2. It will be 169. I know 169 is a perfect square. That means 13 13s are. It will be 1. Okay, so the pairing of 2 and 13 is there. I can write 676 as 2 into 2 into 13 into 13. If the pairing of digits is possible, That means it will be a perfect square. As far as the results we have discussed, it will be written as square root of 676. I will write this number in the square root itself, and when the pairing will be done, I'll remove the square root sign and take the digits out of this root symbol. 676, 2 into 13, so 676. Square root of this number will be 26. Let us take one more example here. This is 27225. So let's divide this number. Okay, we'll start dividing this number by 3 first. It will be 9. Okay, because 2 digits will be taken down together, so it will be 9075. Again, this number will be divisible by 3. So it will be 3025. Okay, this number is not divisible by 3 anymore. I will divide this number by 5. So it will be 605. Again with 5, this number will come out to be 121. 121 is a perfect square of 11. So if you can see, the pairing of digits is there. I will write 27225 as 3 multiplied by 3, 5 into 5 to 11 into 11. If I try to find the square root of this number, that is 27,225. Again, I have to put all the factors in square root and then try to make their pairs, and then we'll take the digits outside if the pairing is done. So 3 ones, then multiply, 5 ones, multiply, and 11 ones. So it will be 27,225 it will be 15 into 11. So square root of 27225, when I multiply, it will be 165. So we can say square root of 27,225 is 165. Now based on this, we will be discussing few questions here, and you just need to try them. Like, find the square root of by the prime factorization method. What would be the possible ones digit of the square root of the following natural numbers? And without doing any calculations, how to find the numbers are perfect squares or not. So using properties, you can find these solutions. Thank you, students.